So, friends, we are opening a new section called Calls After Exchange. Russian prisoners of war call me and tell me how they are doing, what is happening there at the moment. More than 20 such calls have already been recorded. They tell very interesting information. From what I understand, no one is allowed to go home. The prisoners go to fight for the second time. Those who were mobilized receive 2 weeks of leave and return to duty. Loss of trust, they no longer give you weapons. Medicines and treatment are at your own expense. The FSB is working more actively, and the attitude toward them is bad. The video will show in which hospital they are being treated. Essentially, this is a barracks where they just lie like soldiers. This is a hospital. It will be interesting. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you there?
What about me? I'm being treated. I'm fine.
Why are you on medication?
Well, to be honest, I'll tell you this. Tell me right away, are you filming me so that I can get ready?
Well, of course I'm filming.
Really? Are you gonna post that video on social
Is
media?
it necessary?
Let's get to the point.
That's it?
Damn, why did they close all the offices? Fools. If you want, we can do something unexpected.
Let's.
When will you be in touch?
I'm already filming.
Okay. Are you going to upload this to YouTube?
Maybe. If there is anything interesting, if we just chat, then what's the point of showing it to people?
Clear. Well, then ask questions.
Tell me, when were you taken? When was the exchange?
On June 11, we were exchanged. The exchange happened in the Belgorod region.
Uh-huh.
What is the name of the region of Ukraine? Your region that borders Kursk and Belgorod regions.
This is Sumy region.
Yeah, Sumy region. That's right, Sumy Oblast. So they brought us here, exchanged us.
Has it already been a month?
Yeah, 1 month. And I just got to the hospital now. Other than that, I think I'm fine.
How is it at the hospital?
Hey, I want to upload some information to YouTube. You want to know what it is?
What?
The fact that many people here in Russia are chattering disdainfully about the fact that the soldiers will be taken prisoner. This is said by fools who have never even been to war. They reproach us for not blowing ourselves up, for surrendering, and so on. They condemn. That really pissed me off. We have this idiot in the hospital. He even attacked me once. Can you believe it? He's some kind of crazy patriot. He started asking questions like, why didn't you blow yourself up? I'm shocked. Just some kind of idiot.
Was a civilian attacking a former prisoner of war?
No, there was also a guy in the hospital alone. He was not in the first position, but was on the second line. And he was hit by a shrapnel there. He was such a fool, and it turns out... Listen, it's okay to use offensive words.
Doesn't matter.
And it turned out that when he saw us prisoners of war in the hospital, he began to blame us. He said that it would be better if we explode than surrender it. Also, himself does not understand what is happening there. In his opinion, blowing himself up is the best, most effective option.
Turn it off, please. I'm listening.
You realize that blowing yourself up is absolutely not an option. Not an option. Everyone been asking me why I went up there. What was the point? I don't know.
In the hospital. Are there a lot of people in the hospital?
Us? There are 80 people here. On my floor. There are also some on the other floors.
Are there many sick people? Wounded?
Many wounded soldiers. A lot of them.
How many are there?
Altogether?
Yes.
Probably, if you think about it, about 500 people.
Whoa, and they bring more every day?
Yes, they do, of course. And you already know that the Wagner group came out of this trial.
Have you been to Wagner? Or where?
No, I was in Storm Z.
Exactly, in Storm Z.
In general, Wagner came out of this process. It became hard for them there. It was difficult at times. Of course, you have more soldiers there. There's over 1 million of you over there. That's a lot more than ours. In Ukraine, there's a general mobilization, but in our, it is partial. That's why you have more soldiers. I'm looking at your reports. That's terrible. Something big on your side. I was absolutely disappointed when I saw one moment. When your 3 soldiers went into the trench with our soldiers, 3 of our soldiers were killed and the rest surrendered. That was it.
Please tell me everything in order. You were brought straight to this hospital on the 11th, right?
Yes. No, I went to the hospital. We were taken to some military facility. It is classified. We ourselves did not know where it was or what it was for. Everything was hiding there. Blocked, impossible to find out. We was driving in tinted buses, so we couldn't see the road.
Can see the road from inside the bus?
Absolutely nothing is visible. There the window tinting is automatic. The driver presses a button and there is zero visibility. This is the principle. The bus is special.
Clear. Nanotechnology.
I think some kind of Korean technology, most likely.
Well, then where did you go when they brought you there?
They brought us to the unit. We ask soldiers where we are. They don't answer. They don't say. Everyone adheres to the 51st article. Article 51 of the Constitution in Russia is do not testify against yourself and your loved ones. They were silent. And we did not know where we were. After that, they took us to the hospital. They put me in a car and took me to the hospital, well, due to the fact that I have HIV. Now I'm waiting to the Medical Military Commission to remove me from the military register. They deservedly removed me. Because the Ministry of Defense is not currently calling for people with HIV.
You've been there for a month already, and all 80 people who were with you in the hospital now.
Here they are. They're all lying here.
No one is being released?
What?
No one is being released.
No, of course they don't let anyone go. If relatives come, only then you can leave the building and socialize or go to a cafe. Otherwise, of course, they don't let you go. It's a turbulent time. Everyone is worried that they won't run away. Now they will let you go, and then where to look the person? They may desert. Nobody wants to fight, nobody wants to die.
And from...
If, for example, you attacked us, there would be no questions. Then we would have the same as you. We would fight for our homeland. It would be our holy war. Then everybody would go to defend their country. But now why should I go to war? Nobody needs these political games. There's something our government didn't share. They didn't like the direction of our troops. Attack or something like that. You think anyone's want to go to war? That's everyone's position. I can officially say that. I don't care what happens to me. No one can withstand the conditions of war, that's for sure. I don't care even if they condemn me for my opinion, for not defending Russia, for allegedly slandering my country, for not being a patriot. I don't care if they say that about me. What the hell is patriotism? I don't need it at all. Patriotism will be when there is an invasion, when foreign troops attack us. And when you become a participant in such a process, when you are torn away from your family, there is no need for patriotism. I'll tell you that practically no one wants to participate in this war. There are of course young guys who willingly want to take part of these battles, mostly special forces fighters want to do so, but the mobilized and those who sign a contract do not. They just hide in holes like mice. I personally saw this in positions. I say, why are you sitting there like a coward? And he goes, what should I do? I've been here for 4 months. I don't need this all. Why risk it? This is the whole point. This all needs to end soon.
In general, out of 80 prisoners of war who return, no one wants to go back to fight?
Well, mostly they don't want to. Maybe about 15% if you ask, they want it. But it is clear that they are going for the reason that they simply want to, because somewhere they are proud. Because somewhere he already busted. But in reality, they are all cowards.
What about the FSS? Does it work
The
or doesn't
FSB
it
is
work?
very active, working very hard. I got a big kick out of that video of yours. I was shocked.
Why? What did they say? What did they say?
I'm shocked. You too, the cunning one, came up with an idea, pretended to turn off the camera, and I started talking there about slavery and so on. They reminded me of this. They also took us for interrogations. They started accusing and reproaching me for not liking Russia, for speaking badly about
What
it,
did you
and so
answer?
on.
Did they show you this video?
I told them that I was telling the truth. What else should I do if there are only scoundrels there? The commander there is a real idiot. We once communicated with this commander once the radio when they said that there were 80 of us wounded. I didn't tell you a lot of things. I was afraid speaking captivity. I saw that you would kill me. I wondered why this was needed.
Why kill you?
What if they take me to Lviv somewhere? I'm not talking about you, but what if someone orders it and they get rid of me? We first stood in Kremennoy. From the 3rd to the 14th, they took us there. Understood? HIMARS hit us there in this training ground. There were Ukrainian soldiers standing nearby, about 200 meters away. We did not fire at their positions. Those positions were shelled by the 35th Brigade of the 41st Army. It was fighting them. We were just hiding there. And already on the 14th we were sent to Artyomovsk. We entered the first forest plantation and met 24 Ukrainian soldiers there. First 6 of us went on reconnaissance to see the situation and found out what was there. Those guys had nothing there either, no generals, nothing. There were only walkie-talkies. They were there temporarily. They were temporarily too. They had to meet someone. And we are meeting them. What's in it for us? We have a huge crowd there, 200 people, and we agreed to go out and part ways peacefully. They came out and we agreed to keep our distance. I'm telling you the truth, it's the truth. And nobody killed anybody. We just walked away like brothers in peace. We only broke a few weapons against a tree, stepped trees and scattered. Went to the second wooden area. Last time we talked to you, you missed 2 days. Then when you and I talked about this. You asked me about what happened on the 17th and 18th, and before that there were still a few days. There were still 2 days before this. When we entered the second forest plantation, our men immediately, deliberately started shooting at the spruce trees. At the damn trees so that they would scatter. Prisoners, it is Storm that does not want to kill anyone at all. Honestly, our guys, every single one of them, really every single one, didn't want to kill anyone. We ourselves understood that we were in a bad position, that we were simply sent like stupid sheep to an unknown place. So why should I kill some men who might have a family, children? Why touch this harmless soldier? With the numerical advantage we had against them, it was unnecessary. There were 240 of us and they had 24 in the position, 16 in the second position. That wouldn't be human. How do you kill a man who's defenseless, who's basically surrendering? Well, it's not exactly surrendering. We ourselves told them that we have a lot of people, that there is no chance that they simply cannot cope, that they don't even have enough bullets. They asked, so what should we do? And we replied, go home. So they agreed to disperse peacefully, told them to leave their weapons and go to their own people, so we parted ways. If the Chekists find out about the situation now, they will find out who allowed us to make such a decision. They will start to look into the situation, and that's a decision that everyone made, because while we were there, we realized that we meant nothing to them, that we were puppets, because we were sent just to die. So none of us went out of our way to kill them. Because of that, we disclassified our position. These 2 groups that we let go, who left in peace, told us that we were bathed there, gave away our positions, and they started shelling us, and that was it. We were destroyed. I didn't talk about it because I didn't think it was necessary. I wasn't ashamed, it didn't care at all. It was my conscious position. I was just afraid, to be honest, that the special services would start to find out who made such a decision. But there is no founder. He's dead. He was killed by your Ukrainian mortar as soon as he entered the position. in just a few hours.
What did the FSS ask?
They ask about everything. And they ask about you, wondering why you exchanged me so quickly.
What do I have to do with it?
They think you influenced it, that you were the one who made the decision. They say that they didn't believe that after everything I had told them about Bandera and so on, I could have been exchanged so quickly.
You understand, right? You understand why you were exchanged.
I'm very grateful to you.
You were exchanged because you have HIV and need to be treated. That's why they gave you away.
I know.
You've been switched. Look, why isn't anyone being released? It's been 40 days.
No, some of the scoundrels were released.
Whom?
Those who were mobilized and those who signed a contract. They received their military documents and were immediately sent home. I'm a prisoner. Imagine how it would be to release a prisoner. I was told that the prisoner was obliged. They said that they gave away Ukrainian prisoner of war instead, and that I now owe them. That's how things are. Of course, they miscalculated about me because the order came not to hire people with HIV. So something like that. There is an order. In general, they miscalculated me when they wrote me down as a debtor.
What about the rest? Will they run again? And the rest will go to fight again?
The rest will all go. Just do you know what's going on there now? You'll be shocked now. It's not the way it was originally. Now, after the captivity, these people are being used as auxiliaries, used for their own purpose. They are just unscrupulously exploited as laborers. They take corpses from the fields, carry ammunition and clean guns like during slavery.
In general, prisoners are not allowed to go home.
Prisoners are not allowed to go home, and they are used only as to speak laborers like this.
What about those who are out of contract?
I told you that my contract ends on November 3rd. I will most likely be sitting here until November 3rd, as if in prison. I will serve my sentence here. Well, it's a little better here than in the colony. There is communication. Well, what else is there? Overall, more freedom. And so, the same thing.
Did your time in
What?
captivity count?
April?
Time in captivity counted.
I don't know. There is information here that the penalty for being in captivity is 250,000, but somehow it seems to me that this will
That's
definitely
not my
happen.
point. Does time in captivity count as time served?
Captivity is counted as 1 to 3 equivalently. Look, if I spend 20 days in captivity, then they will count as 60 days of combat.
Yes. Are there any prisoners whose contracts have already expired?
What is the situation here? If a contract has ended and you do not come to headquarters at the end of it because you are in a combat zone, then the contract is automatically warmed up due to the absence of a person, understood? It turns out that if you didn't show up, then you agree to another year of service.
Oh, it looks like they won't let anyone go.
To do this, you need to break through all the firefights, pass all the Ukrainian drones to the headquarters, which is located in Rostov. Understand? Military records take a long time to make. There are a lot of dead and wounded there too. Everyone need documents. The personnel department of the main headquarters can't cope with this work. Things don't happen the way they're supposed to. You know how it really is. Prigozhin was totally right.
By the way, how did you experience this moment?
Us? Personally, I was very happy. I didn't care about this Shoigu.
Where are you now? In what city?
What?
Where are you now? What city are you in?
Podolsk.
Podolsk.
Yes, I'm here.
So, were the prisoners thrilled when the Prigozhin rebelled against Moscow?
Not just the prisoners. Everyone marveled, of course. Of course they did.
In general, did everyone support Prigozhin's thoughts regarding
Ah.
Moscow?
Why not? It turns out to be essential is absolute truth. Loss is incompatible with life. Even if you look at my situation, we were just dropped off in the middle of nowhere, 200 of us, without the right equipment. There was one drone, but what good was it? We were bombed as an easy target anyway. This doesn't suit anyone. Everyone is unhappy, both those who are mobilized and those who signed the contract. I don't deny that there are people who had everything great.
But there aren't many of them, right?
Very few. They had drone, they had equipment, they had good supplies, they had something for fight with, but it was mainly in the Kharkiv direction. And those troops who went to Bakhmut found themselves with nothing. They were without the necessary equipment. They were sent to hell. I still call that Operation Hell. We got into the stick of it. And about those guys of yours with whom we parted ways peacefully. I was among the 3 negotiators because everyone thinks that I know how to negotiate a little. I was just asked to go and talk to them. The 3 of us walked up to them, keep distance of 40 meters. We just talked and shouted and went our separate ways. There were no precedents. Nobody killed anyone. Why go against a person? When the country doesn't care about you, it doesn't even consider you as a person. Like this. Of course you won't kill a person. Who need this? Why would I kill a fellow Orthodox Christian, unarmed, someone who trusted me? It's like you tame a cat. It comes to you and you kill it. It's a defenseless creature. You know what I mean? It's the same as telling a man to get out, assuring him we won't hurt him and then killing him. You'd have to be a bastard. That's what bad people do. Moreover, we are all the same. We were of course lucky that in our case all the soldiers were adults. Only one young soldier was indignant. I was eager to shoot everyone. He was a crazy idiot. We immediately told him to shut up and sit still, and ordered him to calm down. That's all. These are the kind of prisoner they are. In Wagner it was different. There they simply aimed at your back and told you to attack. There it was impossible to retreat. But Shoigu's variant, the Storm Dead group, is good because we make our own decisions here. We have no commanders, we're all criminals, all equal, no ranks, and our commander was a prisoner too. You see, our commander was also a prisoner, his name is Vasily. He was from Krasnoyarsk. I told him not to do it, not to do this nonsense, not to kill them. And he tells me that nobody's gonna kill anybody. That's it. Not gonna happen. They're just gonna leave. And we are gonna radio in and just say we killed them. That's it. We call on the radio and ask this commander that should we do with them. That we took them but they were without weapons. We request evacuation for prisoners. Do you know what he says?
What?
Kill them all. He told to take 2 people away individually so that others wouldn't see. He ordered that 1 spare part be removed from the machine gun so that shots would not be heard. The machine gun has some kind of spare part on the muzzle. If you remove it and place the machine gun close to the person, the body will serve as a muffler. The shot won't be heard, understand? So he ordered that the guns be prepared for firing and that 2 men be taken away at a time to be shot. We agreed with him and ended the connection, and they told the Ukrainian soldiers to go somewhere. And now I remember how I was taken prisoner. Well, how they took me prisoner. When they brought me to the trenches, the first thing they did was give me water, cigarettes, and food.
They already posted a video there, you've already seen it, right? Where the guys filmed everything.
Yes, and no one even hit me in any way, like this. What is good and what is bad? Like this. How can I go and kill Ukrainians after this? When they treated me humanly, they saved my life. It would be better if they hurt or kill me here, but damn it, I won't go there again. I won't go on principle. Why should I go there? Why on earth? End of the subject of. I'll tell you honestly, if we had POWs in our basement, then when the HIMARS and the drones came, we would have all the Ukrainians just whip it out. It's just that they would kill all the Ukrainians on principle. I mean those who were in captivity. They just killed them for being too emotional. I'm telling you it would be. That's for sure. We have northern people, they're crazy, in the sense that these people are very angry and aggressive.
What do you have there?
They are outraged here.
Did FSS interrogate you once or not?
I was questioned twice because of your video.
Will they also ask for this video?
No, they have already done everything they wanted. Claims were made. Because of what I said at the end. Not only because of what I said at the end, but also because of what I said about losses and the beginning of the video. You cannot talk about any losses because by doing this you will discredit the military sphere of your country. Well, we were generally sent there like the lost idiots.
No, here... Now every second person talks about it. They sent 200 people, but 10 of them survived. Or, for example, out of 500, 50 survived.
You know what's funny? When we radioed the command that we had 100 dead and 80 wounded, they just calmly said that they were going to send more soldiers to us. After a while, I see 160 more people coming in. What is this nonsense? First of all, the command should make sure that this position is not shelled and not send people there right away. And he, knowing in advance that there will be many corpses, sent such a crowd here. Moreover, they sent guys who really fought for the first time. I don't care about us on Criminai. They were running like monkeys, shooting at trees and kneading mud. We ourselves were used to this. We as repeat offenders are dangerous, and they were too young. I want to tell everyone, first of all Russians, and of course other countries as well, not to think that you can only get into captivity if you are traumatized. It is not true. You can focus on the visual assessment of the person taking you prisoner, on facial expressions. If you see that people are not set up to kill, are not aggressive, then accordingly, you behave the same way, calmly, without pretensions. So they will understand that you don't want to die and in general are against it. I don't know who out there would traumatize themselves. There are some pseudo-patriots on here who say they would undermine themselves, but they wouldn't. Let them hear me, fools. It's mostly Chechens or Dagestans who blow themselves up, and Russians blow themselves up too. Because... I'll tell you why the Russians are blown up. Because they are afraid of torture by Ukrainians. And the Czechs are the same. That is, everyone is afraid of torture. I knew in advance that no one would torture me there.
Tell me, have you contacted your people from the colony?
From the colony?
Yes.
Yes, I called the guys.
And what did you tell them?
What should I tell you? He said that
Video...
there is complete
Did they
horror.
watch the video of you?
It's blocked. You know they blocked that program. All the prisons blocked the program, banned it. They don't take any more Storm Z inmates. They don't do that anymore.
So they take you to another group like veterans?
No, that's it, no. Well, yes, they'll take veterans. Yes. Are you aware?
Yes.
By the way, one of the veterans was here, and it turned out that they were recruiting prisoners. Well, they also send them to the most dangerous areas. They just send them and stuff like that. I don't understand what's going on at all. I'm shocked. That's it. Looks like we're all screwed. I don't know what to do. I have big problems. I'm just shocked, that's it. And you, when we spoke last time, you asked me what I was going to do in Russia when I arrived. I arrived. No choice, even think about overdosing on methadone. That's it. Tired of everything. Vova, I don't know what to do.
I am Dima. Vova is my friend.
Oh, sorry.
This is the third time you've called me by that name.
Well, sorry, I just signed your number as Vova.
Right.
The FSS convinced me that you were Vova.
Are they stupid? Do they out understand at all? Subscribe to the channel, right?
Signed, Vladimir.
Well, it means
Yes.
that FSS are subscribed to the channel and watching.
And what? They love you.
Yes? What else did they say?
They didn't say anything.
FSS, I say
They
hello to
asked
you.
if you recruited me to kill Dugin.
Whoa.
They worry about this nonsense.
How could this be possible?
Yes. Didn't you know that they are very worried about this nonsense? They really think about it. Even former policemen. Do you remember I made a video for the Ministry of Internal Affairs?
Yes.
So the policeman from Petrovka called me here. That idiot found my number and called me to threaten me. He started telling me that I was wrong and I replied that I said everything as it is.
Are you talking about the fact that you once locked up a policeman?
Yes, about this. And then the head of the criminal police called me with complaints. He said that he would kill me and all sorts of other threatening things, very angry with him. And it turned out that when I talked to him, he seemed to understand that he was wrong. What right did they have to beat me when they arrested me? I was unconscious in intensive care afterward, that's it. Well, in general, he is very dissatisfied with my performance. Some criticize, some say I'm good for telling the truth. Most, of course, support me, my position, because I told the real truth in that video. What do I have to hide?
Anyway, you're basically the first one to get in touch. I promise it. I said if any of those who were exchanged go in touch, I'd buy cigarettes for the rest of the POWs still here, so you made a lot of people happy here.
Listen, you're like a VIP here. It's hard to get to you, like this.
Well, your FSS wants to get to me. And not to get an autograph,
I know.
not to get me to sign a postcard. But for the other
I know
purposes.
they want to kill you.
I'm disturbing them a lot, aren't I?
You're really in the way. You know what they think you are. You want to know?
Yes.
Propagandist, that's
Well,
it.
yes.
So what? In fact, this is how it
Well,
is.
that means I'm doing everything right if it's bothered them like that, right? I'm wondering if FSB will come to you again. Or not.
Because of this video, what did you and I talk about?
But because of what we just said.
I don't really care. I don't care at all. I'm determined. I can stand up for myself. I can defend myself. That's it. I'm the one who looks skinny and weak, but if I get hurt, I can take care of myself. That's it. I can't be aggressive.
Okay.
So, Vova, Dima, thank you for everything.
That's it, come on.
To your wife, children, and all other, I wish you health and well-being. And to all those who are suffering now, I would the same. I wish you all patience, good willing. This will all be over. This lawlessness has gotten to everyone, and you're sick of it, and I was sick of it. That's it. I don't need it all, in general. I made a social survey for myself, asked people a bit, and in the end, no one needs it at all. No one wants to be in this meat grinder. Nobody wants to be in it. This war is not worth it. It's not worth the loss of human life. Even we take Chechnya as an example, it was crushed when it declared independence. And when Lugansk and Donetsk declared independence, it became an occasion. It was an excuse, just an excuse. Also, we all know the real reason very well. Well, we need to stop all this. We need to stop.
Will the people rebel there?
The people will not rebel. Putin is not a moron either. We have many who are on his side, and there are many National Guards everywhere. Every 7 meters, there are Chekists. If you start trailing, they'll immediately emergency wrap you up and take you somewhere. Get rid of you. There is indignation among the people. What you and I need to do, Dmitri, is to talk in such a way that the Chekists have no way for bugging us. Find a way...
What's up is not bugged. 100%.
Is this accurate information?
100%.
You won't understand anything in this country. There are these technologies, I don't understand them. It may happen that now I'll talk and then I'll go to a maximum security prison for 20 years.
This is your country, homeland.
Well, I'm shocked. Here, I admit that I'm not a fighter, and what difference does it actually make whether I'm a fighter or not if on the front line my life expectancy is 7 minutes? Especially in front of your hasty bombardment. I was there from the 3rd to the 18th. 15 whole days.
Is it possible to survive like
Survive?
this for 6 months?
Survive? That's
Yes.
if you're a real hardened man, fearless, seen life like me, that's it. Only in that case. Since I lived in the 90s, I learned about mortars when I was a kid. I already knew how a mortar hits, how shrapnel flies. I was trained for it. That's why I stayed alive. These are not just words. I learned about all this. Everyone reads fiction books, but I only read from the military sphere. War stories, strategies. Besides, my father was in the military. So when the mortar started to work, I immediately realized and found a shelter. And in the morning, yours attacked us. I didn't stop until 4 in the morning. Then this idiot commander ran up to me. He started to panic because the Ukrainians attacked. We went upstairs and there were maybe 50 of you guys up there. There were 4 more pieces of military equipment. It wasn't fully down yet when a serious trouble started shelling. They radioed in and asked us if we had any ammunition, water or provisions. They were shouting that the vehicle that were bringing us provisions had been wrecked and that we had nothing. This is our last day. They crushed our car with water. What about us? We didn't drink anything for 3 days. Except for those Ukrainian soldiers who were released after negotiations. We left half of it for them, and so we went on. And now in the 4th position we were bombed. Everything will not always be smooth, Dima. Also, in a sense, we are all martyrs. All those boys who died did a good deed. They didn't kill yours. They treated them as brothers, as human beings, like they were their own people. And I'm not saying that you're to blame, you're defending your lands. You have every right to do this. There's nothing to hide here. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm in the dorm, and so it came out. That's the way it is. It is, because they have absolutely no rights to invade your territory. This is your country. It's as if I was living on my own and the Ukrainians burst into our country with their weapons. What is it? Absolutely everyone will rise up here and even old women and old men will begin to rebel. Well, while there is no such thing, why should I? Mobilization was never announced during the SMO or ATO. Not in any country in the world.
Except your country.
Well, yes, you see how it is with us. Unauthorized movements. And people understand this well. Why should I mobilize? Mobilization occurs when there is a threat on an entire nation. Then when the country is threatened. When the territory has been penetrated, there is an influx of troops. And now he's gone. Our side go into something unclear, and now mobilization. Why is it needed? There must be special troops for this, like this, special operations forces or something like that, special forces and something like. how they acted in Syria, and here's a twist, I'm shocked. Here alcoholics are mobilized. A local policeman arrives into courtyard where alcoholics are sitting and drinking with some strange person, and they begin to agitate them for war. They say there is, nothing to drink, we need to help in the country. Why is it all of a sudden? This is wrong.